Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that has much to teach us about how to live a full and virtuous life. Among the many teachings of this school of thought, one of the most relevant aspects is how the Stoics warn us about the types of people who can negatively influence us and impair our personal and moral progress. In this text, we will explore 7 types of people that Stoicism warns us about, encouraging us to avoid them to achieve a wiser and more virtuous life. 1. Egoism. Selfishness, as observed by the Stoics, represents a deviation from the path of virtue. Selfish people often worry only about their own needs and desires, ignoring the worries and feelings of others. They see the world only through their own lens, without considering the impact of their actions on those around them. The lack of empathy characteristic of egoism can create a toxic environment around us, undermining our ability to develop meaningful human connections. In the Stoic context, justice and compassion are fundamental virtues that help us live in harmony with others. Justice involves treating others with equity and respect, recognizing their rights and needs as equal to ours. Compassion, in turn, allows us to understand and share the feelings of others, cultivating a genuine sense of concern and care for others. When we interact with selfish people, we run the risk of being drawn into their egoistic universe, where empathy and compassion are scarce. This can prevent us from doing justice, since selfish actions are often unfair to others. Moreover, by engaging with egoistic individuals, we may find ourselves in manipulative situations where we are used as a means to achieve their personal ends, thereby undermining our own moral integrity. The Stoics remind us of the importance of cultivating relationships based on empathy and reciprocity. By avoiding selfish people, we can preserve our ability to develop ethical and moral virtues. Choosing to interact with those who share values of justice, compassion and empathy allows us to build meaningful relationships, bringing us closer to the Stoic ideal of living a virtuous life in harmony with others. Thus, by recognizing and avoiding selfishness, we follow the Stoic path towards a more enriching and morally elevated existence. 2. The Gossip Man. Gossips are people who have the habit of spreading information often without foundation, often creating conflicts and disagreements. These actions can disturb not only external harmony, but also our inner peace. For Stoics, mental serenity is one of the most valued virtues, and is seen as a state of mind that must be cultivated continuously. When we interact with gossips, we run the risk of being dragged into a world of gossip, hasty judgments and discord. These activities impair our ability to maintain serenity and inner peace, as they make us waste time and energy on irrelevant issues. Stoicism teaches us not to allow gossip and conflict to disturb our mental balance. The pursuit of wisdom is another fundamental principle of Stoicism. Stoics believe that we should use our time and effort to seek knowledge and wisdom, rather than engage in superficial and harmful conversations. Wisdom helps us understand the complexities of life, deal with challenges, and cultivate a broader and deeper perspective on the world. Avoiding people who engage in gossip helps us maintain serenity and keep our focus on what really matters. By distancing ourselves from gossip and conflict, we preserve our inner peace and ensure that our mind is directed towards the pursuit of virtue and wisdom. After all, Stoics believe that true mental tranquility can only be achieved by moving away from futile thoughts and behaviors, and cultivating a serene and wise mind. Therefore, recognizing and avoiding the influence of gossips is an important step in the journey of a more virtuous, wise, and serene life, according to the principles of Stoicism. 3. The controller. Controlling people are those who have the habit of imposing their wills and opinions on others excessively, often undermining the free will and autonomy of those around them. This behavior can be harmful, not only to the direct victims of manipulation, but also to the controlling person himself, as it goes against the central principles of Stoicism. Stoics deeply value the concept of personal choice and inner freedom. The ability to make conscious and ethical decisions is seen as a fundamental virtue that allows us to live according to reason and the common good. When we interact with controlling people, we run the risk of having our freedom and ability to choose undermined. These interactions often lead to conflicts and tensions, since the controlling person tries to impose his will, and those who resist can face resistance and pressure. The Stoics remind us of the importance of maintaining our decision-making capacity and resisting attempts at domination by others, thus maintaining our moral integrity and our personal independence. Choosing not to interact with controlling individuals is a way to preserve our inner freedom and avoid situations that may undermine our ethical values. Stoicism teaches us to seek relationships based on mutual respect and collaboration rather than submission or domination. By doing so, we can follow the Stoic path of cultivating virtue and maintaining our autonomy, ensuring that our choices and actions are aligned with our pursuit of wisdom and moral excellence. Therefore, recognizing and avoiding the influence of controlling people is a fundamental step in the journey of a more virtuous and autonomous life, according to the principles of Stoicism. 4. The complainant. People who spend most of their time complaining tend to create an environment of constant negativity around them. Their complaints often focus on negative aspects of life, and this mindset can be contagious, affecting everyone they interact with. In the context of Stoicism, this constant negativity represents a challenge to the search for serenity, tranquility and ataraxia, which are highly valued virtues. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining inner peace and cultivating a serene and balanced mind. This does not mean ignoring the problems of life, but dealing with them rationally, calmly and effectively. Interacting with complainers can undermine that inner peace, as their incessant complaints can overwhelm us with an avalanche of negativity. The positive and resilient mindset is essential for the Stoics, as it helps to meet the challenges of life with courage and wisdom. Stoicism teaches us to seek control over our reactions and emotions, directing our attention to what we can control, which is our own mind and behavior. People who complain constantly often distract us from this focus, making it difficult to maintain a positive and resilient mindset. Avoiding people who complain constantly is an effective way to maintain our mental balance and ensure that our efforts are focused on the development of virtue. By doing so, we can cultivate the tranquility of the mind and ataraxia, allowing us to face the challenges of life with serenity and courage. Recognizing and avoiding the influence of complaints is a significant step in the journey of a more virtuous and serene life, according to the principles of Stoicism. 5. The ungrateful. Gratitude is a virtue of great importance in Stoicism, for it plays a fundamental role in promoting a full and virtuous life. It helps us to recognize the blessings and gifts of life, even in the most challenging circumstances, and allows us to find contentment in the simplicity of things. Gratitude teaches us to value not only tangible achievements and rewards, but also the experiences, relationships, and lessons that life offers us. Ungrateful people, on the other hand, often neglect or minimize the blessings of life. They have difficulty recognizing and appreciating what they have, which can lead to chronic dissatisfaction and questioning of their own values and perspectives. When we interact with ungrateful people, we risk being influenced by their negative mindset, which can affect our own sense of gratitude. Stoicism reminds us of the importance of avoiding the influence of ungrateful people so that we can keep our focus on what really matters. By consciously choosing not to engage with ungrateful individuals, we can protect our ability to cultivate the virtue of gratitude. This virtue helps us maintain a positive mindset, find meaning in daily experiences, and meet challenges with resilience. By avoiding ungrateful people, we preserve our ability to recognize the blessings of life, even in difficult circumstances, and ensure that our perspective remains aligned with the values of Stoicism. Thus, recognizing and avoiding the influence of ungrateful people is a fundamental step in the search for a more virtuous and fulfilling life, according to the principles of Stoicism. 6. The materialist. The Stoics warn of the dangers of the excessive search for wealth and material goods, for this often diverts us from the path of virtue and leads us to an empty life centered on ephemeral pleasures. Materialism, in this context, is seen as the incessant search for accumulating wealth and possessions, often at the expense of other deeper values. Interacting with people who value only materialism can distract us from the central principles of Stoicism, which include living according to nature, seeking wisdom, and cultivating virtues such as courage, justice, and moderation. Materialism often leads to a mindset of overconsumption, where the desire for more wealth and possessions obscures our understanding of the things that really matter in life. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining a balance between our material desires and our ethical and moral values. Avoiding materialistic individuals helps us preserve this balance and focus our attention on deeper and lasting values, such as the pursuit of wisdom, building meaningful relationships, and developing virtues. The true wealth, according to the Stoics, lies not in the accumulation of material goods, but in the conquest of virtues that enrich our soul. Overvaluing materialism often leaves us with a sense of emptiness, since ephemeral pleasures cannot provide lasting meaning. Therefore, recognizing and avoiding the influence of materialistic people is an important step in the journey toward a life richer in wisdom, virtue, and meaning, according to the principles of Stoicism. 7. The negative. Constantly negative and pessimistic people can exert a detrimental influence on our lives, impacting our ability to maintain a resilient and courageous mindset. Stoicism teaches us to value the virtue of courage, which allows us to face the challenges of life with determination and inner strength. However, when we interact with negative people, this courage can be undermined. Chronic negativity often manifests itself in the form of constant complaints, destructive criticism, and a gloomy view of the world. This mindset can easily spread to those around, threatening peace of mind and positivity. The Stoics remind us of the importance of moving away from those who drain our energy and undermine our resolve, especially when it comes to pursuing ethical and moral goals. The pursuit of virtue and wisdom, fundamental principles of Stoicism, requires a positive and resilient mindset. Constant negativity can lead us astray, making it difficult to focus on our ethical and moral goals. However, avoiding negative people helps us protect our positive state of mind, resist adversity, and maintain our courage in the face of challenges. By consciously choosing not to engage with negative people, we can preserve our resilient mindset and our ability to keep our focus on our ethical and moral principles. Thus, Recognizing and avoiding the influence of negative people is a crucial step in the journey toward a more virtuous and courageous life, according to the principles of Stoicism. Stoicism warns us about these 7 types of people, for interacting with them can hinder our pursuit of virtue, wisdom, and inner peace. Avoiding selfish, gossipy, controlling, complaining, ungrateful, materialistic and negative people helps us to live according to Stoic principles and achieve a fuller and more virtuous life. Thank you for watching. Leave your like, share, comment, and until the next video.